is a social media style platform where you can share your makes, connect with other sewists, and use hashtags to explore patterns and materials. I'm Kate from Minerva, and I'll be sure to link my personal profile below if you'd like to follow me here. I'm so glad you're joining us for today's video. We are going to do some spring sewspiration. Let's look at 10 great patterns for this season and the fabrics to use to make the inspiration look. Keep in mind that you can use hashtags to search and browse the patterns and the materials to find what's going to work just for you. Don't forget about the Minerva Craft Club if you want to have awesome savings all year long. But before we get into it, I also wanted to remind you that there is a great little discount code when you sign up for a Minerva account. It's totally free and it just opens up a lot of opportunity to connect with other makers here on Minerva. Once you've done that, it'd be great if you could take a second and hit that little follow button right above this video, right beside our name. This just means we're gonna show up on your feed so you can catch new videos and posts as they come out. You can also like, share, and save if you love this content. It's all free and it really helps us out. And as always, leave me any questions or comments you have down below so I can get back to you. Now let's get to the patterns. So the first spring pattern we're gonna talk about is BUTTERICK 6784. This is a tiered dress with kind of asymmetrical cuts, and I feel like you could do a lot of really cool things with this pattern. There's two different color blocked views with two different sleeve options. This pattern is for woven fabrics, and some of them are even cut on the bias. The size for this is from size 4 through 26, which goes up to a 73¼ inch finished width. And it's purchased in two different size blocks, so make sure you're purchasing the right one for your body. This dress is rated at an average difficulty or maybe confident beginner to intermediate. So like I said, this pattern is for woven fabrics. The pattern envelope recommends things like linens or cotton blends, broadcloth, or even stable knits. I think it would even be really great in a solid fabric and embrace those style lines and the color blocking and just do something really funky for spring. If you're looking to get this exact striped inspiration photo look, we have a perfect fabric here at Minerva, and that is the Robert Kaufman yarn dyed Essex linen cotton blend. Choose it in black and you'll be pretty close to this photo. This fabric is 55% linen, 45% cotton, and I have actually used this before on a different dress, and it is lovely to wear, especially as the weather starts getting warmer. You're gonna need up to 4 meters of fabric for this one and some fusible interfacing. Okay, next up is the FIBREMOOD Norma blouse. Oh, this one is so pretty and ideal for spring. This is a looser fit woven v-neck button-up type shirt. It's a semi-cropped or shorter length bodice or length on it, and it has a 3/4 length balloon style sleeve. It comes in UK sizes 4 through 30, and it's rated at about a 2 out of 5 difficulty, so I bet you can handle it. Now you can use almost any fabric for this. Obviously something a little bit heavier weight is going to give you a lot more structure and volume in those beautiful balloon sleeves, but you could also go for something a little bit more mid-weight or something sheer with like a little spaghetti strap underneath, or even something really lightweight and flowy if that's the look you're going for. Now if you want to duplicate the photo that I'm showing you here, you can use Minerva's Dobby cotton gauze, of course in white. This is 100% cotton fabric, and for this pattern you're gonna need up to 2.5 meters, little bit of interfacing, and some buttons. Pattern number 3 on the list is MCCALL'S 8139. This is a collared shirt dress pattern with buttons all down the front. You have breast pocket options as well as rear pocket options. There's quite a lot going on in this pattern. It has a straight skirt, it's got a center back seam, you can add belt loops and a belt. There is a darted bodice and skirt, a nice straight sleeve on it. There's 2 length options, and the longer version has a vent option, and it's rated at about an intermediate level of sewing. This one's available in sizes 6 through 24. The fabric inspiration listed on the pattern envelope is for faux leather, denim, baby cord, or even cotton blends. I think this is the perfect opportunity to really make a statement. Use some of those fabrics that we don't normally sew with and just make it really you. Now, if you're looking to recreate this look almost exactly, we have some wonderful stretch cord, and there is a camel color. There's a ton of other colors if camel's not your thing. Maybe pick something even a little more spring-like. This is 97% polyester and 3% elastane. This is a heavier weight fabric with about 10% stretch. And you might need 4 meters or even a little more for this pattern. You're also going to need some interfacing and some buttons. Okay, next up from MCCALL'S is 8144. This is a sweater pattern and it's available in sizes 4 through 26. There's 3 versions here and it's a mock turtleneck style sweater. It has a center front seam, it has a drop shoulder and some statement sleeves. You can choose from either a balloon sleeve with a cuff, a bell sleeve, or just a straight sleeve. There's also a hemband for a super easy quick sew. This one is good for beginners. I think our modal loop back French terry would be so wonderful for this inspiration here in the rose color. This is a medium weight fabric with about 60% horizontal stretch. It is 95% modal and 5% lycra. Modal is kind of like a rayon. It's made from the pulp of a beech tree. Go figure. You're gonna need around 2 meters of this. Next up, Tilly and the Buttons, Billie sweater and sweater dress. If you're not familiar with this pattern, it has 2 length options and 2 sleeve options. There are hembands, there are cuffs. There's a balloon sleeve with a gathered shoulder. Are you sensing a theme here? And this pattern goes up to a 48-inch bust. Now don't let those cute little side seam peekaboo pockets scare you. This is an easy sew. You're going to want a knit fabric with at least 10% stretch. Something like a ponte, a sweatshirt fleece, a sweater knit, French terry, or even a double knit or an interlock. Now I will caution you, if you are doing the balloon sleeve and you're using a heavier weight fabric, this can get bulky going through the machine, so use a heavier weight needle and go slow. You might want to use different ribbing for the cuffs if you like a tighter fit. If you're looking for something close to this inspiration photo, you can use our Rico fleece back sweatshirt knit in this wonderful rose pink. This is 70% cotton, 40% polyester, and it actually doesn't have any stretch in it, so you might want to pick up some ribbing or rib knit or just size up on the cuffs. If you're making the dress version in a larger size, you might need up to 4 meters of this fabric. Okay, pattern number 6 is Vogue 1728. This might be my #1 favorite on this list. It is a beautiful woven button-up peplum style shirt. It has waterfall ruffles down the front. It has ruffles on the peplum. It's got a hidden placket for the buttons. There are 2 sleeve options. It looks like one of the sleeve options, it's slightly gathered into the sleeve cuff. It is close fitting to the body and it is just beautiful. This comes in sizes 8 through 24, and I would say it's a more intermediate sew. So those beautiful flounces, the back of the fabric is gonna show a little bit, so you do wanna keep that in mind. Poplin, cotton shirting, silk taffeta, they're all great options for this shirt. And we have this really interesting multicolored cotton shirting that I think would be wonderful for this pattern. It is 63% acetate and 37% cotton. It's a mid-weight woven. It's got like peacock, maroon, and silver, and then varying shades of those types of colors in it, and it's so beautiful. But my favorite part is that it's dead stock. You're also going to need some bias tape for the armholes, some interfacing, and some buttons. Pattern number 7 is Vogue 1730. Okay, I am in love with these trousers, like so tempted on these ones. This pattern is actually for the trouser and for the skirt. So it's a bias cut skirt and then the woven cropped trousers. The pants have these really interesting rectangular style side pockets on them, and they also have these really interesting seam lines down the front and back legs. So there's not really an out seam, it's a front and a back seam. The pants also have these really interesting darts at the hem, and they're a flat front with an elastic back. The skirt is kind of asymmetrical and it can actually be worn front to back, meaning it's reversible. I would say these are about mid-rise patterns, and they come in sizes 8 through 26. The skirt is for knit fabrics, and the pants we can throw in some knits or wovens, whatever you're looking for. So something like a ponte or an ITY or a double knit would be great for these. For the pants, you could also do something like a stretch woven or a denim or a linen or even a crepe. We have this awesome stretch suiting in pretty much the exact color that this model is wearing, and I think it would be great to go with the pants pattern. It's a 95/5 poly spandex blend, and it has about 15% stretch, so it's considered a stretch woven. It's a medium weight fabric, and you're gonna need about 2.5 meters of that. And you're also gonna need some interfacing. For the skirt, we have this really cool plaid ponte de Roma if you're looking for something like with a pattern on it. I personally think I would go for one of the ITYs in the bold colors that I think resonate with spring. So I'm looking at the citrus, the coral orange, and the neon pink. Pattern number 8 is the Friday Pattern Co. Ilford jacket. This is such an awesome pattern, great basic, great for doing all kinds of things with. It's rated at a confident beginner, so I don't think there's anything too difficult in there. It's kind of an unstructured button-up style jacket. It has a drop shoulder, it's got pockets on pockets on pockets. It's not made with any specific body type in mind, so there's no darting or anything like that, so it would fit a lot of different body types and genders. You can choose between a placketed sleeve cuff and a boxy sleeve. There's 2 different lengths to choose from, and it has a finished bust measurement of 68 inches in the largest size. You're going to want to choose a woven fabric for this one. We have this great Gabardino poly cotton twill, and the beige fabric will give you a very similar look to the cover of the Ilford jacket pattern. It's an 80% polyester, 20% cotton blend, and it's a medium weight fabric. You're gonna want about 2.7 meters of this if you're sewing in the largest size and the longest length. You're also gonna want some interfacing and some buttons. I think this would also be great in some linen or canvas or even cotton, and you can really go wild here and make a statement. Can you tell that I love statement pieces? You also don't need to make this as a jacket. It can be an oversized shirt or a shacket. I even saw when I was browsing through the hashtag, somebody used a lightweight fabric and made this into a dress. A dress! It was beautiful! Make sure you search the hashtags when you're looking through your patterns and fabrics. So for this one, just go into the search bar, type in hashtag Ilford jacket, and you're gonna see what I'm talking about. Alright, we're almost done. Pattern number 9 is Simplicity 9175. So this is a simple knit dress. It's very close to the body skimming dress. It has this little turtleneck on it. It has a waist tie option, so you can make it either as a wrap dress or not. It's about a midi length, and it has these really cool sleeves that have kind of a split cuff on them. This is for sizes 6 through 22, and it gives a finished bust measurement of 44.5 inches. Now I know that doesn't sound like much, but remember this is knit, so there's gonna be some negative ease built into that. So again, you can use a lot of different fabrics on this as long as they are knit and stretchy. You could use something like an ITY or a bamboo or an interlock or a jersey or cotton blends. I've already mentioned the modal loopback French terry, but I want to mention it again because it goes so perfectly with this dress, especially if you choose the deep blue. Again, it's 95% modal and 5% lycra. It's a mid-weight fabric and has about 60% horizontal stretch, and I personally think the jade color is also really, really pretty. And last but not least in this spring pattern inspiration video is Simplicity 9176. Now this is a more fit and flare style dress. It's kind of got the A-line skirt and the bodice that is close to the body. It has the 3 sleeve length options. It has the belt. It has the bust darts. It has kind of a short turtleneck band. It's got pockets and it's got a back zipper and the belt loops to go with the belt. It's available in sizes 10 through 58, and that goes up to a 51-inch bust for the finished measurement. Now this one can be made in wovens or knits. I would recommend a sturdier knit if that's what you're choosing to do. And something like our Ponte de Roma double knit in the color wine is going to be really similar to the look that we're showing here and super beautiful. This fabric is 74% polyester, 23% viscose, and 3% elastane. So it's got a little bit of stretch in it. You're also going to need D-rings if you're making the belt. You're going to need a hook and eye, some bias tape, and an invisible zipper. I think this would also be really pretty in a cotton or a linen or a wool, even a denim version. If you click on this pattern and scroll through the inspiration on the site here, you're going to see a denim version and it is beautiful. Thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, and being part of this community. I can't wait to see what you create. Happy making!